Mumbai, the city of dreams, where every Indian's dreams come true. Years ago, this city was known as Bombay. From Bombay to Mumbai, this city has a fascinating history. You might be surprised to know that this city, now known as the commercial and financial capital of India, was once given as dowry to a foreign king during a wedding. The city, known as the City of Dreams, has seen many changes over the centuries. The face of Mumbai that you see today was not always like this. Rather, it was an archipelago divided into 7 islands, known as the Archipelago of 7 Islands. How did these islands come together to form a city? Who settled this port town? And how did Bombay become Mumbai? Speaking of civilization, indigenous tribes have lived on these islands since the Stone Age. The Kolis and Agris were the earliest known settlers here. In fact, centuries ago, Bombay was not a city, but a place divided into several islands. These islands were named Bombay, Kolaba, Little Kolaba, Mazgaon, Parel, Worli, and Mahim. These islands were situated at some distance from each other. In those days, you would only find fishing villages, marshes, mudflats, caves, temples, and hills here. Most of the people living on these islands were fishermen who made their living by catching fish. Besides them, many other communities also lived on these islands. Interestingly, each of the 7 islands followed different cultures and had their own indigenous kings. From the 3rd century BCE to 1348, various Hindu dynasties ruled here. Initially, the Mauryan king Ashoka ruled here. But with the decline of the Mauryan Empire in 185 BCE, various indigenous dynasties ruled these islands from the 2nd century BCE to the 10th century CE, including the Satavahanas, Abhiras, Vakatakas, Kalachuris, Konkan Chalukyas, Rashtrakutas, Shilaharas, and Cholas. In 1348, the Delhi Sultanate took control of all these islands, ending the rule of the Hindu rulers. During this time, Nasir-ud-Din Muhammad bin Tughlaq, the Sultan of the Delhi Sultanate, appointed Zafar Khan as the governor of Gujarat. Soon in 1398, when the Tughlaq dynasty weakened, Zafar Khan took advantage of the situation and established the Gujarat Sultanate. With this power shift, Bombay also became a part of the Gujarat Sultanate. Although the Portuguese arrived in Bombay in 1509, it took them 2 more decades to fully acquire it. In 1534, Bombay came entirely under Portuguese control. Although the Portuguese mainly focused on agricultural and religious developments, they also built roads, causeways, and several forts around the city, including Bombay Castle, Bandra Fort, and Mad Fort, making commuting easier on these islands. The Portuguese ruled here for almost a century, and finally, in a marriage treaty, Portuguese King John IV gave these islands to British King Charles II as dowry during his daughter's wedding. मुंबई के इतिहास की शुरुआत 7 आइलैंड्स से होती है। यह 7 आइलैंड्स बॉम्बे, कोलाबा, लिटिल कोलाबा, मजगांव, परेल, वर्ली और माहिम अलग-अलग बसे हुए थे। उन दिनों यहाँ केवल फिशिंग विलेजेस, मार्शेस, मड फ्लैट्स, केव्स, टेम्पल्स और हिल्स ही देखने को मिलते थे। इन आइलैंड्स में रहने वाले ज्यादातर लोग मछुआरे थे, जो यहाँ मछली पकड़कर अपना जीवन चलाते थे। इसके अलावा भी कई कम्युनिटीज इन आइलैंड्स में रहती थी। 7 आइलैंड्स अलग-अलग कल्चर को फॉलो किया करते थे और इन सबके इंडिजिनियस किंग्स हुआ करते थे। 3rd सेंचुरी BC से लेकर 1348 तक यहाँ पर अलग-अलग हिंदू डायनेस्टीज ने राज किया। सबसे पहले यहाँ मौर्यन किंग अशोका का राज हुआ करता था, लेकिन 185 BC में मौर्य एम्पायर के डिक्लाइन के साथ 2nd सेंचुरी BC से लेकर 10वीं सेंचुरी CE तक इन आइलैंड्स पर वेरियस इंडिजिनियस डायनेस्टीज ने राज किया, जिसमें सतवहनस, अभिरा, वाकटकस, कालाचूरिस, कनकन चालुक्यास, राष्ट्रकटास, सिहारस और छोला शामिल थे। 1348 में दिल्ली सल्तनत ने इन सभी आइलैंड्स पर कब्जा कर लिया और यहीं से हिंदू रूलर्स का कंट्रोल खत्म हो गया। और इसी दौरान नजरुद्दीन मोहम्मद बिन तुगलक, जो कि दिल्ली सल्तनत के सुल्तान थे, उन्होंने जाफर खान को गुजरात का गवर्नर बना दिया था। जल्दी ही 1398 में जब तुगलक डायनेस्टी कमजोर हो गई, तब जाफर खान ने मौके का फायदा उठाते हुए अपनी गुजरात सल्तनत की नींव डाल दी। इसी पावर शिफ्ट के साथ बॉम्बे भी अब गुजरात सल्तनत का हिस्सा बन गया। वैसे तो कहने को पुर्तगाली 1509 में ही बॉम्बे पहुंच गए थे, लेकिन इन्हें बॉम्बे को पूरी तरह हासिल करने में 2 दशक तक का समय और लगा। 1534 में बॉम्बे पूरी तरह से पुर्तगाली के कब्जे में आ गया। हालांकि पुर्तगाली ने बॉम्बे पर ज्यादातर एग्रीकल्चरल और रिलीजियस डेवलपमेंट्स ही किए, तब भी इन्होंने शहर के चारों ओर रोड, कॉसवेज और कई फोर्ट्स का निर्माण किया, जिसमें बॉम्बे कैसल, बांद्रा फोर्ट और मड फोर्ट जैसे कई किले भी शामिल हैं, जिससे इन आइलैंड्स में कम्यूटर काफी इजी हो गया। पुर्तगाली ने लगभग 1 सेंचुरी तक यहां राज किया और आखिरकार एक मैरिज ट्रीटी में पुर्तगाली किंग जॉन 4 ने अपनी बेटी की शादी करते वक्त यह आइलैंड्स ब्रिटिश किंग चार्ल्स II को दहेज में दे दिया। As the 17th century unfolded, the British East India Company began to establish its foothold in Mumbai. It wasn't long before their influence started to grow, transforming the region's political and economic landscape. By the end of the century, the British had effectively taken over, marking the beginning of a new era in Mumbai's history. Under British rule, Mumbai saw significant development. The British invested heavily in infrastructure, building roads, railways, and ports that laid the foundation for the city's modernization. They also introduced new educational institutions, legal systems, and administrative frameworks that would shape Mumbai's future. This period of development set the stage for Mumbai to emerge as a major urban center in India. As Mumbai continued to grow, the city undertook several ambitious reclamation projects. These projects transformed the landscape, creating new land from the sea. Over time, these reclaimed lands became bustling hubs of activity, contributing significantly to the city's expansion. The late 19th and early 20th centuries marked a period of rapid industrialization and urbanization in Mumbai. Factories sprouted up, and the city's population surged as people from all over the country arrived in search of work and better opportunities. This era laid the foundation for Mumbai's emergence as a major economic powerhouse. After India gained independence in 1947, Mumbai experienced a new wave of growth and development. The city became a symbol of India's progress, with infrastructure projects, housing developments, and cultural institutions flourishing. This period also saw the rise of Bollywood, making Mumbai the heart of India's film industry. Today, Mumbai stands as a vibrant metropolis, blending the old with the new. Skyscrapers tower over historic landmarks, and the city's diverse population continues to drive its dynamic culture. From finance to entertainment, Mumbai remains at the forefront of India's journey into the 21st century.